Charlotte Motor Speedway is the next stop on the Advocare Truck Series. This is stop number 6, I believe, on the season. As we are here today for the running of the Rick Hendrick Rick Hendrick Auto Dealers 200. And believe me, from what I've been to Charlotte, North Carolina, since about around Labor Day 2016 or something like that, I had never seen so many Rick Hendrick Auto Dealers ever in my life, especially near his race shop where I had the pleasure of touring that very same weekend. But anyway, this is the prelude race to the Casual GTX Cup Series Winston All-Star Race that you'll be seeing on the NRSL Sports and Gaming Channel. But right now, it's trucks. It's going to take center stage for 40 laps of action. Let's get the starting line for today's running of the event. On the pole, for the race here today, it is Kev Shearer, number 22, the Caterpillar Dodge. He'll be alongside Marcus Sachi, number 75. He'll be in the Remington Arms Ford. He's on the outside of the racetrack. There they are. Anyway, starting in the second row, it'll be number 16, Zach Winkle in the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. He'll be alongside number 08, Charles Sanford. He's in the number 08 GPS Store Chevrolet. He won the race at Martinsville this season, I believe. Third row will have Jordan Bell, number 5, the Toyota Tundra Toyota, and beside him will be number 23, the Exide Barriers Chevrolet, or Toyota, excuse me, of Zachary Fitzwater. He's on the outside. Fourth row will have Jordan Anderson, the Corvette Parts Net Chevrolet number 14. He'll be alongside number 88, Kat Tellier. She's in the Ford Quality Care Service Ford Credit Ford F-Series. Fifth row will have Kat's teammate, Keith Batson, number 28, Texaco Haviland Ford. And we did some testing during the All-Star race, for the All-Star race at Charlotte, and I'd say that Ford looked very, very fast, too. So that will be one of the cars to watch when we get to that race on the NRSL Sports and Gaming Channel. But right now, like I said, we have trucks here in action. And Keith starts 9th for that race today. Starting 10th will be Robbie Boakes in the Lumber Liquidators Toyota number 30. He's on the outside of the 5th row. Next row, we'll have Phil Parker, the Jasper Engines Dodge, number 29. Beside him will be car 55, the Daytona winner. It is Emmanuel Hartnett, and it's Copenhagen Chevrolet. He's on the outside. Next row down has the winner of the last stop at California, Johnny Gardner, the Miller Junior Draft Ford, number 2. He'll be alongside Jeff Rafalski, number 25, the Folgers Chevrolet. He is carrying the Tim Richmond colors for this event. Then it's Preston Plord, number 51, the FedEx Chevrolet, and he'll be alongside number 13, the Jonathan Sorlin, the First Plus Loans Ford. He's on the outside. Next row down, Griffin Lynn, number 92, the Advanced Auto Parts Valvoline Ford, and he'll be alongside number 17, Jay Jefferson in the Napa Auto Parts Toyota. Next row down has Chandler Cottle. He's in number 21, the U.S. Air Force Ford, and he'll be alongside number 12, Chelsea Bowles in the Altel Ford. She won at Texas this season. Next row down has Ryan Acosta, number 8, the FAS Chevrolet, and he'll be alongside Phil Goldberg, the Interstate Batteries MBNA Chevrolet number 18. Next row down has Matt Rafalski, the Motorcraft Ford number 15, and he'll be alongside the Best Western Dodge number 74 of Ryan George. He's on the outside. Next row down has Jessica Shelton, number 9, the Dodge Dealers Dodge, and she'll be flanked by another Dodge, Mike Becker, the Mopar Dodge number 1. He's on the outside. A pair of 2017 Dodges. Give me a couple mil yellow there. Next one down is Joshua Sakili, number 03, the Southeast Toyota Dealers Toyota, and Shane Lake in the Skull Bandit Chevrolet, number 33. Next one down, PJ Williams is the inside lane on the Strolight Ford, number 6, and he'll be alongside the number 4 Square D Dodge of Quentin Moore. He's on the outside. Here comes the command to fire the engines here at Charlotte.
Driver, start your engine!
Commands begin the fire engines. We're going to have racing here today. Next row down has Joshua Osborne, number 10, the Driven to Honor Chevrolet for Jennifer Jo Cobb Racing, and he'll be alongside Eric Rafalski, the RCA Ford, number 98. Next one down has Levi McIntyre, the XMR's SKF Ford, number 99, and Paul Minnick, number 00, the Aaron's Dream Machine Toyota. Next one down has Dylan Poteet, number 31, the Great Clips Chevrolet, and flanking him outside will be Joshua Collard, number 43, the STP Dodge. And the final row will have Kyle Matthews. He's driving the Quaker State colors this weekend, the Quaker State Chevrolet number 24. And Cole Deaver in another special paint scheme, the Wrangler Chevrolet number 3. He'll be driving that scheme in the All-Star race as well at Charlotte, and before going back to the black number 3 for the rest of the races. So you got a few special paint schemes in this race here today at Charlotte, and I tell you what, Charlotte seems to be the right place to do so. But right now we got Kev Shearer and Marcus Sacchi on the front row for today's event. The pole speed at 183 miles per hour, and I tell you, these trucks have been actually clocked at over 187 miles per hour in a draft. So this should be some tremendous racing we're going to see here today on this 1.5 miles in Charlotte, North Carolina, as the pace truck is on the pit road. 40 laps of action here today. Green flag waves, and let's go racing, boys and girls. Out in front, Kev Shearer with an excellent start, but he's got Zach Winkle on his back bumpers to come off turn number 2. Jordan Bell will make his move to the inside of Marcus Sacchi for position as they come down in the third turn now. Side by side through there, Phil Parker making his way through the field as he's got the help from Keith Batson. Batson, one of our 3 in-truck cameras in today's event, along with Kev Shearer, who's the pole sitter for the event, and along also with the car of Dylan Poteet. He'll have the in-car camera as well. So Poteet, Shearer, and Batson will have our in-truck cameras in today's event. Batson will also have our in-car camera in the All-Star race this weekend as well. Meantime, Jordan Bell has the lead here, number 5, as he takes his Toyota out in front. Jordan Anderson goes to second position. Here comes Phil Parker to the inside of the 16 of Zach Winkle. He'll take the third spot away, with Keith Batson riding in fourth in that number 28 truck. And you're on board with Keith Batson. Something you never see actually see in this mod that you actually can't on the others, and that's actually the driver moving the steering wheel, believe it or not. You actually see the driver's glove, believe it or not. So an animated driver, and that's something, like I said, you never see in any other mod, other than maybe an IndyCar mod, for sure. As you get to see the driver in action as Batson goes underneath Phil Parker now for the second position. And his teammate, Kat Tellier, making her move as well. Number 80, she'll be driving the number 7 Xerox 80 for his machine in the All-Star race as well herself, after she came off of that big win at California in the Cup Series event. As they come out the second turn now, and by the way, her and Batson yet to win actually in the Truck Series this season. And the way their trucks are running, they have a very darn good shot at it too, because those Fords have been very strong. The KAB Enterprises team has been putting in the hours in the engine shop. And they think they got a good engine for a package for the 1.5 mile tracks, or the intermediates when we go to places like Michigan, and which we'll be going to later on in the season. Johnny Gardner, there he is, number 2. He won the last truck race of the sort at California Speedway, as he takes his Miller Genuine Draft Ford to the inside, looking for his second win in a row in the truck series. Meantime, Keith Batson going for the lead on the 5 of Jordan Bell. He's got his teammate, Kat Tellier, behind him. 28 and 88 trucks to the inside lane. A pair of Fords. In fact, add a third one in there with Griffin Lynn in 92. And now Kat decides she wants to go for the lead on the inside of Batson, and she'll take it. And leaving poor O'Keefe out to dry now as they come out the fourth corner now. Meantime, Ryan Acosta, Marcus Sachi, and problems with Charles Sanford. Sanford, number 08, he's got I don't know what's going on with his truck. He is already 2 laps down, and Kev Shear's coming in the pits. I think I see him. Yep, there he is, 45 miles an hour down pit road, and that is a killer for Kev Shear, and he will... So an unscheduled pit stop for Kev Shear and for Charles... I don't know if Charles Sanford... Shear and Charles Sanford, they both had unscheduled pit stops, so... Mechanical Gremlin striking Shear's Dodge and the Chevrolet of Charles Sanford. But there's hot action on the racetrack right now as Jonathan Zorland, PJ Williams, and Robbie Bogues going at it. Bogues was the winner by way of Rockingham this season, number 30. That's the Todd Bodine truck he's driving as they go down to the third, first, and second turns. Here, PJ Williams going up the track right there. There's Matt Rafalski, 15. And Quentin Moore going by both of them, number 4. Quentin, by the way, the driver of it'll be the driver of the number 97 Ford that will be running in the Maliella Racing Series, which will be coming up next season. Which the up and coming season is coming up soon, and you'll be seeing that action here on the Red Racer 1985 channel. So Quentin Moore driving that car, and that, of course the 97, that was what Morgan Shepherd drove in 1990. So we'll be using the 1990 Busch Grand National car set for the Cup 90 mod in that series. And those cars will be featuring V6 engines under the hood, by the way, as opposed to the V8s they had last season. And by the way, Charlotte will be one of the tracks they will be running as well for the CarQuest Auto Parts 300, and also the Maliella 300 they will be having at that track as well. Meantime, Mike Becker hung up on the high side here as Joshua Sakuli and the 23 of Zachary Fitzwater go by, and 3 wide right there as Eric Rafalski and the 9-8 goes underneath, tries to go underneath his brother Jeff. And Mike Becker still can't find a way to the inside lane here as you see Paul Minnick going by now. Jessica Shelton trying to go by number 9, and she has Chelsea Bowles trying to stick her nose to the inside lane of Shelton. Shelton will have none of that, and she keeps position. There is Cole Deaver, number 3, the Wrangler GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, battling here with Dylan Poteet and Joshua Osborne as they make their way through, as they try to sneak their way up to the field. We're already 14 into the books right now, and some good racing we're having here at Charlotte Motor Speedway as Deaver tries to follow Poteet. Whoa, he squeezed between Poteet and Osborne. 3 Chevrolets there, right there together. And look at Deaver go. Here he comes to the inside. Joshua Osborne's going to help him. And throw Preston Plord into this mix, number 51, as he'll go inside of the hung out to dry Poteet. Deaver started this race dead last in 40th position, and he is already up to 28th, and maybe 26th, maybe 25th if he comes back to the line. That truck is really, really fast. I'd be watching out for that 3 truck in the late laps, possibly. And he gained 4 that time by. He's up to 24th position. So Cole Deaver, who crashed in qualifying, believe it or not, hardly any damage to that machine though. But they did get this special paint scheme straightened out. And look at him go! I tell you what, they may have made a serious change under the hood of that truck, though, while repairing the bodywork on this machine. And now he blows by Matt Rafalski. Now he's up with a back bumper of Jessica Shelton now, number 9, as she's about to feel the win for that number 3 machine. Inside lane, he's got that bite working to his advantage. I tell you what, if I'd be the top 5 trucks, I'd be watching out very, very close. So from 40th position, Cole Deaver has halved his way through the field in 18 laps of racing. So Cole Deaver up to 20th position. Shelton dropping back to 21st. 22nd is Rafalski. 23rd is Sakuli. Then Bolton 24th, now battling with the Preston Plore truck. Meanwhile, Mike Becker and Dylan Poteet battling side by side. Poteet in the 31 truck out of Twin Nicks Racing. There is Shane Lake in the 33 truck. There's Kyle Matthews. He's also making his way through the field in that 24 truck. So he and Deaver both working their way through the field. Matthews started in 39th in the Quicker State Chevrolet, and he is up to the 30th position as he's gotten by Poteet and his buddy Levi McIntyre. McIntyre now says, I want to take that position back, and he and Matthews side by side now in that 24-99. And that put Matthews in 28th, and he'll stay in 28th as he blocks McIntyre. Move to the inside lane. Chandler Cottle in 21, also in this mix now. We mentioned Poteet. We mentioned Osborne, also in the 10. Phil Goldberg and Zachary Fitzwater there, and Osborne also all still stuck on the high side of the track in the number 10 truck. Kev Shear, meanwhile, back on the racetrack right now, and the new leader, Emmanuel Hartnett, number 55. He'll take the lead in this race. And by the way, we have already got a retiree, Charles Sanford, out of the race because of a header problem on the number 08 machine, and he has, unfortunately, engine woes knocked the Martinsville winner out. But meantime, Kat Tellier in an 88 truck, she moves to the inside lane. She'll take position away. And as for the lead, it's Ryan Acosta in the 8 truck. He's looking a little racy today in the number 8 machine. Robbie Bogues, he zips by Hartnett as Anderson in the 14's up to the high side. And here comes Johnny Gardner, number 2. Working his way through the field here, and there's the 3, and they stuck together the whole race here. That's Phil Parker, Jonathan Zorlin, and PJ Williams in the 6. And now there's the Ryan George and Keith Batson making their way through the field. Now Griffin Lynn in 15th position, and Cole Deaver still on that charge. He's at the 16th position now as he gets by Jay Jefferson and number 17. Let's take a look at the lap speeds. Right now, the 30 of Robbie Bogues got the fastest lap of the race at 184.2 miles per hour. And Deaver that time clocked at 180, so with that kind of charge Cole Deaver's putting up, how far will he make his way up to the field at the end of this race? That's going to be the big question, as now Kat Tellier's caught the 22 of Kev Shearer. He's a lap down, unfortunately for him. So, or he will go a lap down, unfortunately for him. As we said, problems on the 22 truck has knocked him out of contention. In the meantime, Emmanuel Hartnett looking for that lead again in the 55. Ford versus Chevrolet. And meantime, Robbie Bogues is now caught behind the 22 truck as well. And that's going to slow the field up a little bit, and that's going to catch the entire field up right there. That's what happens when you got a lap truck in this mix here, and now Shearer wants to get back on the inside to try to get back on the lead lap. Thing of it is for Kev, he needs a caution flag as well. And here comes Robbie Bogues looking for the lead in the 30 truck, and he'll go to the inside, and he'll bring Johnny Gardner with him in the number 2 as they come to the start-finish line. Hartnett let that last time by. But here comes that number 2, Johnny Gardner, the truck they call Midnight, that Norwegian draft machine. And boy, does it run good at night. Gardner was his second win in a row, as he had won, as we said, the last time on the tour at California Speedway. Single file right there. 3 trucks there. 30, the 2, and the 55, and the 14. There's Phil Parker moving up in the 5th position now in 29. I wouldn't count him out neither in this race as well. That 29 looks pretty good. Ryan Acosta, number 8 truck. He's trying to get by the 88 machine as well. Zach Winkle, 16. Nope, Winkle wants to go 3 wide, and he'll daring move by that 16 Napa truck. And he'll bring Marcus Sachi with him. There's Jordan Bell, Jonathan Zorlin, Ryan George, Griffin Lynn, now Keith Batson and PJ Williams trying to make their way back through the field as well. And already closing up on 10 laps to go in this race here as now PJ Williams zips by the 28 Keith Batson. And look at the 74, Ryan George, and here comes PJ Williams to the inside. Batson got a little tail happy off turn number 4. And when you talk about the charge of Cole Deaver, he is actually about 2 6/10 of a second behind this pack of trucks. And meantime, Kev Shearer fighting to stay on the lead lap here as now Robbie Bogues will go to the inside. He finally says, "I've had enough of following a lap truck. I want to go to the inside lane." And here comes number 14. That's Jordan Anderson to the inside. That's the number 14 Natalie Decker truck he's driving. Through the inside lane, he'll try to take second position now from Emmanuel Hartnett. And meantime, Phil Parker trying to hold up a snarling pack of trucks of Zach Winkle and the 75 Marcus Sachi, but that's not going to happen as Parker's now showed up to the high side now. Winkle will dive to the inside. He'll take position from Parker. And now as they come off turn number 2, Robbie Bogues already cleared the lap truck of Kev Shearer, but the other bunch behind him hasn't. So Robbie Bogues might be in pretty good shape to possibly steal one away here at Charlotte. But Kev Shearer says, "I'm not giving up that easy," and he'll go to the inside lane again. And we are down to 8 laps to go in this race. But meantime, look at Jordan Anderson in 14 truck. He'll go to the inside of Hartnett, and he's close up with that 30 truck. So I might have spoke to it a little too soon about Bogues being in good shape. What? Doggone phone call interrupted me right there. So we hope you enjoyed that little crank it up segment here as we are now down to 6 laps to go, 5 laps to go now, as Jordan Anderson has to lead. But here comes the 13th of Jonathan Zorlin. He'll go to the inside. He'll try to actually get on the back bumper of the 14 truck. Here comes Hartnett to the inside, and they're going to make a 3 wide for position. That's for the lead. Down the inside comes Hartnett. He'll look for the lead in a 55 truck. That's Zorlin on the high side here. And Robbie Bogues, he's not out of this yet in that 30 machine. PJ Williams right there in the sixth machine. Three laps to go. Meantime, Hartnett still holding on to the lead now. 2 laps to go this time by. Bogues in second. Gardner. He's right there in that 2 machine. He's looking for that win. Stalking behind the 55 and the 30 trucks, but the time is running out though. The 50, the 3, and the 30 and the 55, they have locked up together. I guess you could say here. Hartnett trying to catch the 22 of Kev Shearer. Meantime, Joshua Collard up ahead, but he will not be a factor in this battle for the win here between Hartnett and Bogues. As the white flag waves over Emmanuel Hartnett, he has 1 lap to go. Does Robbie Bogues have anything in that 30 truck to try to get his second win of the season? Hartnett also looking for his second. He won at Daytona this season to kick things off in the Craftsman 250 event there. But he'll make his way through the third turn now. Bogues closes up in the 30 machine. Does he make a move to the inside lane on Hartnett? It does not like he'll do it. Off the fourth turn, number 55, Copenhagen Chevrolet, Emmanuel Hartnett wins the Rick Hendrick Auto Dealers 200 here at Charlotte. Hartnett's second win of the season, hence he takes home the victory here today. Second place will go to Robbie Bogues. Johnny Gardner will go third. Jordan Bellins up and finishing in 4th position. A good day for him. And Kat Tellier, a strong run of the 88 truck. She'll finish in 5th. PJ Williams matches his truck number, finishing 6th. 7th will go to Jordan Anderson. 8th position matching his truck number will be Ryan Acosta. Marcus Sachi in 9th. And 10th position will go to Jonathan Zorlin. A good run out of that Jerry Nadeau throwback. Jeff Rafalski missing his spot on pit road. He will finish in the 18th position. So average speed 179.762. Racing an inning caution free. So 6 races around the books in the Advocare Truck Series. As Emmanuel Hartnett will take his second victory of the season. He adds Charlotte on the Daytona on the list. Rest of the finishing order here. 11th will go to Keith Batson. Ryan George 12th. 13th Griffin Lynn. 14th Zach Winkle. 15th will go to Phil Parker. Cole Deaver, 16th position was all he can muster out of that number 3 Wrangler truck. But after starting in 38th, he has nothing to be ashamed about. 17th will go to Chelsea Bowles. Jeff Rafalski, as we mentioned, 18th after missing pit road. Zachary Fitzwater will go to 19th, and Joshua Osborne checks in 20th with the Jennifer Joe Cobb truck. That's where he will finish here today. Paul Minnick, 21st. 22nd will go to Mike Becker. Matt Rafalski, 23rd, 24th will go to Dylan Pote. Kyle Matthews up from 37th to 25th in his final running order. Eric Rafalski, 26th, Quentin Moore, 27th, Joshua Sakuli, Chandler Cottle, and Shane Lake, the top 30 in this race here today. Then Phil Goldberg will go to 31st, Jessica Shelton, something amiss on that number 9 truck. She ends up in 32nd. Not a good day for her, unfortunately. And she had been moving up in the points coming in this race, too, so this will hurt her as well. Jake Jefferson, 33rd. 34th will go to Levi McIntyre. Preston Plord, Joshua Collard was the last truck on the lead lap in 36th. And Kev Shearer, after problems earlier in the event, he'll finish in 37th in today's event. And Charles Sanford, the only truck out of the race, in 38th position. So that's the story from Charlotte Motor Speedway, and on the Truck Series side at least, as we'll have the Winston Ultra race on the NRSL Sports and Gaming channel here. So I tell you, if that race is any indication of what this race was, we may have a pretty good one here at Charlotte. So congratulations again to Emmanuel Hartnett, his second victory of the season. as we'll see you next race on the tour at Dover Downs International Speedway for the Advocare Truck Series. So for now, this is James Colson. This has been a production of the NRSL, and we will see you next time.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?